Here's a cool story. So I found this to be interesting over the weekend. I did a little raise the roof because Sacramento ranked the one of the top 25 best big cities to live in, and this is according to a new survey by Wallet Hub. So they surveyed 62 cities, but in the top 25, Sacramento lives in there 21.
Cool.
Number 21. And in the headline, of course, according to some of the, the sources we were looking at, above Los Angeles. So that's the thing that like got me, because, you know, everyone's always comparing Northern California to Southern California and vice versa. Having lived in both now, Cornelia, you can attest to this. It is a really cool place when you look and you break it down, the reasons why it may be ranked in the top 25. So again, surveyed 62 cities. They used 50 key indicators: economy, quality of life, and safety to rank. Sacramento scored 56.81. That's just 0.13 below Raleigh, North Carolina. Raleigh.
Raleigh.
There you go.
Raleigh Field is in Sacramento, though.
Raleigh Field, R-A-L-E-Y, right. Number 1, Virginia Beach. Number 62, so last place, Detroit. How do we feel about that, Cornelia?
Well, I'm from Flint, which is an hour
right.
from Detroit. But again, a lot is going on in Detroit. You had the destroying of public schools, so you can't really get a quality education unless you go outside in the suburbs. You had the whole economic crisis there with GM leaving and moving out, losing a lot of jobs. So yeah, Detroit is last. I was more shocked that Pittsburgh was number 3.
Right.
If you watching, you from Pittsburgh, shout out to you. But I've been to Pittsburgh. I don't know what the ranking system was about.
Poppin'.
Virginia Beach, I did live in Hampton. I went to school in Hampton, Virginia. Virginia Beach is 45 minutes. Virginia Beach is a very nice city, so I can see why that is. Very strict on rules as far as alcohol. Can't purchase alcohol on the weekends or on Sundays. On Virginia Beach, on the boardwalk, there are signs that have like the cuss words, like the pound and the at with the slash through it, because you can't curse on the boardwalk. So if you like, it's very good for trying to raise families in a nice structured environment. Implementing structure. So Virginia Beach, I'm not shocked about that one.
Well, I will say, Northern California has so much to offer, and I'm a huge advocate for it. I grew up kind of all over, a couple cities in Northern California and Northern Nevada, and the fact that you can be in Sacramento and be an hour and a half from the ocean and an hour and a half from skiing is remarkable. And I think a lot of people undervalue where Sacramento is on a map. I think they think, oh, it's in the middle of the Central Valley-ish, a little north of there. There's a lot of farmland. We've done stories with Sacramento Kings players before who say you fly in on the plane and you look down and you're like, oh my gosh, look at all the flat farmland and all the little grid.
I remember flying in from Vegas for the interview.
And seeing that.
Coming from Vegas, where adult
like, where are we flying?
Like, where are we going?
Totally. But then you know, but I will say a lot of
Caesar.
Like, I don't know.
What was I getting into? But then, you know, you have a lot of these places from San Francisco, a lot of these business owners who are getting pushed out because it's just so expensive to live and work there. They're coming to this area now. We also breed a lot of our own farm to fork great chefs and people. And so the scene's getting better. They're transforming a lot of the downtown corridors that used to be run down, the Ice Blocks project. I mean, they're doing a lot to bring another, you know, new life into it. And for my husband and I, we're huge into the outdoors, and we wouldn't have that lifestyle in Southern California. We just couldn't. So at least not as quick. You know, it's not as close by.
I think that was the argument a lot growing up in suburbia Southern California, was that was the intrigue, that you live on the foothills, right? Yeah. And you could get to Newport, Santa Monica, well, you name any beach, Venice, you can get anywhere you want beach-wise in a matter, I don't know, depending on traffic, say an hour 15 on a good day. Yeah. But you could also get up to Big Bear and Mount High. Yes, it's not as luxurious as what you're going to experience here in terms of outdoors, but it is there should you want it. And you're also, you know, downtown Los Angeles and Hollywood, and where everything comes to life in terms of movies and film and television.
No, it's a fun place to be.
It's fun if that's your thing, your business too. If you're just want to raise your kids and make sure they go to good schools and just enjoy a nice comfortable life, LA could be a nightmare because traffic is always a disaster. It's very expensive. People are moving further and further out. If you live in the valley, it's hot. It's a gazillion degrees. And how often do you go to the beach? So for me, living in LA, it was a plus because that was my business there. Like certain people have to be there for certain things, but otherwise it's kind of just, It
just depends on how you want to be. But then I also see the #2 California city on this was San Jose.
Yeah.
So
San Diego #1.
Right.
San Jose #2.
And San Jose is an amazing place. It's beautiful, but the cost of living, it is one of the most expensive housing markets in the country. So in order to live in a big city like San Jose, you have to make big money. Right. And so that's where, you know, yes, you can look at the school districts and you can look at, you know, the types of jobs that are being offered and the types of housing that there is, but all those factors need to play into how much money do you have to put out every month on a mortgage or a rental.
Right.
So it's hard to find the balance, but I think as my husband and I have been getting a little bit more settled into our marriage years and thinking about a family, we're like, okay, what all is important to us now in this part of our lives? But depending on the stage you're in, you know, it could, like LA, could be great if you're, you know, wanting something different. So.
And then in California, so we're talking the 4 cities in California that were ranked in this top 25. #1, San Diego. #2, San Jose. #3, San Francisco. And then it's us.
Yeah.
So you talk about the difference in price of living, cost of living from San Francisco to here. Yeah.
Oof.
Sacramento is very, very attractive in that sense. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be on this list because it just goes to show that everything we're doing here, and we're just talking big picture, even at the ABC 10 Information Center, you know, we are reinventing and we're going through these different phases, and we appreciate all of you who are with us on Facebook Live every day at 8:15, streaming live, you know, trying to just reflect the kind of people that are here and these innovative types of people. So again, thank you for tuning in.
I have a question. Let's pose a question to the group. So yes, we know what cities are the best cities to live. What is your favorite city to visit? If you have one. So name a place you've been in, you're like, you know, I really like this place, and you can go back.
I mean, vacation, like in the States?
In the States.
In the States.
Favorite place to visit.
I was really attracted to Seattle when I went recently.
Ooh, Seattle's
cool. Is amazing because it's that hybrid of what you're getting in downtown LA. I'm a sucker for a city vibe. Someone says, throw you in paradise. To me, paradise is like New York City. Throw me in a big city where it's bustling with energy and that sort of vibe. So Seattle, I got that because you have Amazon headquartered there. You have it's clean. That's what I like. I'm looking now in this part of my life. Before it was like New York City was cool because like it smelled weird, and I was just, like, the subways are like real ashy, if you will, and I like thought that was cool.
Dirty, dirty, and a little smelly.
That's part of the intrigue, you know, just like going down and going to school in Southern California, South Central. I went to USC, and it's like, to me, for those who complained yet came to the school, it's like that's part of the culture here. That's part of being in the greater Los Angeles area and growing up outside of the greater LA area. But back to Seattle, it was clean. You can feel the bustle. You can feel the culture there, the deep roots there. So that'd be my #1, at least right now in my head.
Yeah.
Okay, Dina, favorite city to visit?
In the States.
In the States.
Because I have a lot outside of this country.
Okay, well then outside.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what? I'm a fan of the Pacific Northwest. I'll say Portland, Oregon. I just we love breweries, we love cities, we love water. I think that kind of, it's kind of like a Seattle where it has a really good vibe, but it's not so crazy. The traffic's getting worse there now, but I love the vibe of Portland.
Yeah. I will pick New York or DC.
Okay.
But
I've never been to DC.
DC is really nice. I lived there for a year. I didn't enjoy living there. I like visiting.
Okay.
I enjoy visiting.
Was it for the history or for other things?
DC just is structurally, it's a nice looking.
Okay.
Aesthetically, it's a nice looking city. The way it's situated, you have like the monuments and then stuff around it. It's just, I like the way it looks. In the feel, it's kind of small but large at the same time. And I've never been to New Orleans, but I feel like once I go, I will love New Orleans. Even though it's the South and I'm kind of weird on the South.
Can I give you guys some of our viewers?
I'm weird on
Yes.
Okay, Ruben says Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Myrtle Beach is nice.
Glenn McBurney, Lake Tahoe. Glenn, you've got my
Dina's
heart.
spot.
Glenn knows. And then where is Solvang, California?
Solvang, that's where that's the wineries. So it's near Santa Barbara. It's like near Santa Barbara.
It's a cute little town if you've never been.
Town. They have really good wineries. It's a couple wineries that I could recommend.
Good cookies.
Zacchamesa's if they have a delicious
Good
wine.
check that out.
cookies as well.
Oh, yum.
Oh yeah, it's a cute little town. There's a little picture
Solvang
right
is
there.
really cute.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Thanks, Carlos. I'll
You
check
like
it out.
Solvang.
You like Solvang, exactly. All right, everyone. Well, thank you. New York too. Now that we're going back to that in terms of the energy, New York.
Cool city.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Have a beautiful Monday. Let us know your cities and how you feel about Sacramento. Number 21.
Yeah.
Out of 62. That's awesome. All right. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow, 5 to 7 on ABC 10.